Hey, Flamba. How you doing? And how is everyone else doing? Why is the game not capturing? It's weird. Oh, well, you guys can hear the game at least, but we'll figure out why the capture isn't working. On the upside, this actually has windowless bordered mode. So, oh, there we go. Now it might start capturing. Maybe? There we go. Okay. Hey, there's Cthulhu out there. Look at that. Enter Madness. That's pretty nice. How have you been, Flamba? Haven't seen you in a while. I saw that you were doing some more DMC4. How far have you gotten in that game? Have you gotten to Dante again? Can you confirm whether you have trouble with him? Ignore this. I literally made this to make sure that it would actually just automatically go onto the other screen. Either way, it does. We can go. Yes, we can go. I didn't even get into gameplay. So I have no idea what to expect from this game. This is all entirely blind. I mean, obviously, it just came out. There's pretty much no one who can't do this blind yet. This is also the first time I've ever done a game. Enter Madness. I haven't gotten to Dante yet, just kind of messing around with Nero, seeing if you can do neat stuff. There's a lot of stuff to find with Nero. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, this is starting out right out. Okay. Oh, that's a shark. Okay, awake again. Yep, alright, this seems good. Game saved. Okay. Where the hell are we? You can't tell me what to do again. Also, this is really good controls. Just first impressions are pretty good. Is that another shark? That might be another shark. It's a big fish. Yeah, it looks like things have been chopping up sharks. Well, I need to clean them and wash them off though, so that's interesting. Are you much of a fan of the Cthulhu mythos, Flamba? Because I am a big fan of it. I really love this. Well, that gate's not opening. Most gates. Yeah, so, this is kind of weird, but this game is actually causing me a little bit of trouble on the eyes, which is weird. Counter darkness. You must light up some items in order to interact with them. Can I? Okay, I can't do anything with it right now. Wait. What is the bolt cutters? Okay, we can go through the door now. Multiple doors. I like that this starts you just right out. Looks like a shark. Something big. For it to keep creating ripples so long after. Jeez. What's that symbol? You never got much info on it. Or much into it, yeah. Well, I wouldn't consider myself exactly a lore master, but I do know a bit more than most. So I can answer some questions, but not all of them. I guess both of the, yeah, the bolt cutters are multiple use. Okay, good.
In my wake, hold along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
What is that singing? It's in my head. What the hell? That is an orca.
What a putrid offering. Don't fight. You have been chosen.
I don't know if that's good or bad. That sounds good from your perspective, but bad from mine? I have also seen the original game too, or the original shooter. I don't know if this is a direct remake or a continuation.
Behold.
Or just it's an entirely new world.
Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
What the heck is that? Ah. Okay.
I hate whiskey. I wonder why I still take these things.
The doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore they would put an end to the nightmares, but for a while now their effect has been wearing off.
Been too long since I've slept in a bed. I used to be an avid reader.
Okay.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Husband never understood that his wife has left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Turn that off.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Hmm? The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay. But I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams. But they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable, what is wrong with me in that word? Unfathomable, I can't say it, I can't, and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? No. Do I?
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Character creation. Got it. Okay. Well, automatically I'm going to start heading towards occultism. Occultism represents your knowledge of the occult sciences. Improving this skill increases your chances of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and of expressing your knowledge of the myth. Sure. Okay, what is this that I'm using here? HCP. Okay, got it. I don't know what these levels actually do, but sure, we'll put enough in to put to get us to level 3. Why not? Investigation. This is probably a horrible mistake, but we'll find out. Let's take a look at everything else. Investigation represents your investigating talents. Improving this skill will increase your chances of understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object, and of picking locks. Medicine represents your medical knowledge. Improving this skill increases your chances of determining the dosage of a drug, or making a diagnosis of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. Strength represents your ability to call on your physical power. Improving this skill increases your chances of forcing doors or mechanisms, or of using violence, physical or verbal, during interactive discussions. Eloquence represents your ability to influence those. Can I reduce these? I cannot. Okay. So some of these are set in stone. Represents your ability to influence those you talk to by your power of speech. Improving this skill increases your chances of convincing or manipulating during discussion. Spot hidden. Represents your ability to find hidden objects. Improving this skill increases your chance of finding hidden objects. Huh. An undiscovered object will not appear in the game. Okay. Actually pretty interesting. So that's effectively, you get more loot because more loot is just showing up where it should be. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior. I think that we can go ahead and validate this. Hey, Flash. How you doing? Looking forward to Fallout 76?
Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person
that?
whom I hold in high esteem. And I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
What is
Tell
that
me.
symbol?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Okay. Sanity. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the... How do you say that? Meuse-Argonne offensive? He is one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion, American unit that suffered heavy losses from enemy and Allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades, without food or medical supplies. The soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Oh, that's why he still drinks. Okay. He hates it, but he still drinks. Yeah, I just started. It's playable at 2 p.m., but you're planning on opening it at 4. Yeah. You haven't missed much, Flash, though you did miss the opening cutscenes, or I guess the opening section, where we had a dream. Also, I have candy corn today, and I'm very happy about this, because candy corn is almost pure sugar, and I used to really hate it, but now I'm kind of okay with it. Anyway. Mental traumas. Great. Places. Pierce Investigative Agency. My private detective agency, contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles. But this place is mine, for the moment. No, you can't have it at all? Any particular reason? My question is, did they become the Lost Battalion before or after the bombings? In the memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. So they became the Lost Battalion after. Neat. Huh.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather
Chest
thin.
film. Oh, okay. Like heart issues? A shipping label. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. Guess that's where we're going. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they, nevertheless, insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? An article written by about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son Simon. Oh. So that's a recent thing, Flash? Oh, right. Oh.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Darkwater? Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death.
3 months?
And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Why did you wait so long?
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Something's not right about
Her
this
husband
story.
was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
All right then.
The
Does
sender's
this-
label mentions
No.
warehouse.
That's right.
And you think...
That go to
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Indeed.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
I actually do like that they specify why he takes a case like this. He genuinely doesn't have a choice. He has to accept it. All right, Stephen Webster, a wealthy businessman, well respected in the Boston area. Stephen Webster came to see me in order that I investigate the death of his only daughter, Sarah Hawkins. The man accepts neither refusals nor inconvenient truths. He is ready to do anything to prove that his daughter was not mad. Charles Hawkins, ship owner. Was a local celebrity on Darkwater. The heir of a ship owner family, he used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip in Paris. They fell in love, got married, and Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon, and lived a very secretive life. 7 years. Huh. Actually, 8 years. Yeah, not much of an age difference, really, when you get to this point. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known for her tortured, artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress, known for her party-going, chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers and nobody heard any more from her. Even her death, in a fire, remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continues to seek the truth. Why does he come to me 3 months after the event? I actually appreciate that it does tell you when someone's deceased. Only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins. He died in a fire that claimed his whole family. Intuitive and visionary artist for some overpriced imposter for others, Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painter offers strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are testimony to her visions of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to other dimensions. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. The painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and child. Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks that it is linked to the death of his daughter. Okay. I'm going to try and keep up with all of that.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, It was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Another shadow over Innsmouth? The original Call of Cthulhu actually did take place in Innsmouth. Which, if people aren't familiar with the story of Innsmouth, it's basically a small fishing village ended up becoming rich due to the jewelry and fish that the sea gave them in return for worshipping Dagon and mating with the fishmen that were his children. The fishmen slowly turned, or the children of these fishermen slowly turned into fishermen themselves. And apparently the main character eventually discovers that he himself is related to the elder gods. And that's why he's resistant to most of the psychological attacks that they use against him. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs to fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coasts of Massachusetts. What's... Cool.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
The Learning of Medicine, Volume 1. I'm noticing a lot of influence from the Council in this. It's kind of nice. I liked the Council skill system. A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. This first volume lists all the illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatments. It would seem that the world has forgotten the very existence of this isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It is a small, inhospitable island. This coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs, and with only one outlet to the sea. It is mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers who set up a supply post there in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think that the only venture on the island that is still profitable is its medical institute. Oh, which is probably a sanatorium.
I used to be an avid reader. The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
You can say that again. Alright. Have a drink before we go, and let's go. Hey, terrifying manfork, how are you doing tonight? It looks like nothing's happening in the campgrounds right now. The darkness of the forest is still violent though, so something could happen. Got off from work. Nah. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address. A warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. This place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation.
almost there.
I just noticed something about our main character. He's got a ring. Was he married once? Scylla, an ominous name for a boat. Named after the sea monster.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
Gotcha.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Please move back. Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
See how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done this?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Something real big.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse
Oh,
36.
God damn it.
Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's
Something
coming.
big
Something real bad.
killed this. Something
Don't put that beast back in the water,
that
you
shouldn't be
shysters.
present.
You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't.
Alright. What's going on over here?
There's nothing to sort out. Your chum wanted to stir
Nothing
us
for
up.
you here either. Beatheads.
But you can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard.
If you didn't know that, you would think that this is Dishonored. Yeah, it looks a lot similar. The emphasis on whaling too.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
All right. let's take a look what's in the stranded whale. Language. A cutscene. Friendly.
Hey, be careful.
Nice.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Test of strength.
Yet you served this man, and you can't say he's been on his best behavior.
He's a regular. It was you who provoked him by turning up with your mainland manner.
You mistake my manner. I ask nothing more than to become a regular as well, which will be difficult if you refuse to serve me.
I hope you're less talkative when you're drunk.
Try.